without any further ado, we're going to be joined by our final guest of the evening. He is, Ring of Combat middleweight, Kris Gratalo. How we doing tonight, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm doing great.
Kris, man, I know you're excited for this fight, man. You've had so much issues with amateur fights and even has followed you to the pros where fights just fall out on you last minute. Just weird things have happened to you throughout your career as far as when it gets down to fight time. Here we are. You got your Ring of Combat fight, and not just that. You're also going to be, they're going to be taping the next episode for Dana White's Looking for a Fight. I'm pretty sure you're pretty geeked about this fight now.
Yeah, I couldn't even begin to explain how hype I am. Just, all the support and the love from all my friends, my family, my team, just everybody reminded me how important this is. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I'm super excited. I'm going to go in there and knock this one out of the park.
And not just that, before we were setting this up, I realized that you and Jamie hooked up, and both of you been around each other for some time, training with one another. You guys, watching you guys push each other, and couldn't be happier for the both of you on that end. How easier is it to deal with the relation aspect of it when they're also a fighter, compared to other relationships you've been in?
Oh man, I can't even explain to you how much different it is. It's a blessing for sure. She's literally the female version of me. She gets the workout and the schedule. She understands, I'm at the gym. I'm going to be here 2-3 hours, not blowing my phone up. It's different. It's more relaxed. But at the same time, you also have the typical fighter problems. We're all a little cuckoo, so we're all basically, me and her are definitely an interesting couple.
I remember she made this post after one of her issues with her relationships, and at first it just started off as a calm little post. Next thing you know, she starts screaming like some crazy person. I'm like,
oh yeah,
I love you, Jamie. You're fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's definitely an interesting one, man. I'm learning stuff every day about her, but she's a keeper for sure.
Yeah, she's an awesome person, and I haven't been able to catch up with her in a while. Because last time I've seen her was when she was training down at Daniel's gym. Obviously she's been getting training elsewhere. I remember. I think the last time I seen her was her last CSFC fight. That's the last time I've seen her.
Yeah, that's even before Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't even know her then.
Met, yeah. Yeah.
So, but she's got something coming up in July, so I'm excited for her. She's 6 weeks after me.
Kickboxing, right?
Yeah. So she's training hard, man. She's grinding it out.
Ain't no different. Just another day, man. She's always done that, just like you have, brother.
Absolutely, man. For sure.
But obviously, you've gotten away from some of the more local promotions, getting out there with Ring of Combat. Just like Cage Fury, another one of these promotions that's putting countless amount of their champions into the UFC. Was that probably another one of the reasons why you chose it? And it worked out even more with the fact that you're going to have some UFC executives there cage side.
Yeah, man. You know what? When I took the fight, I didn't know that Dana was going to be there. I didn't know they were filming the show. For me, this is my 13th fight overall. It's my 4th pro fight. I'm ready to get out there. Time doesn't stop for anybody, and I'm just, I'm chomping at the bit now. So I'm trying to move my way up, and not to say anything about any other promotion I've fought for. They've all been great to me. But, obviously everyone knows that Ring of Combat has produced, a lot of fighters into the UFC. So, that's the next step for me. If I'm going to do something, I do it full speed, and I'm not just out here for shits and gigs. I want to go fight the best guys, and I want to be on that top platform.
Hey, Kris,
I think you have the opportunity. Go ahead, Brad.
How come a lot of guys everybody says, and ladies too, they want to go to the UFC. What about Bellator? Is not a bad place to go either. I mean, would that be an option you consider?
Oh, absolutely, man. Listen, whoever's gonna give me that call, sign me and pay me, I'm going there. But like I said, with Dana being there, that is kind of
that's going to be a good thing. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get signed to Bellator with Dana there, but obviously, if I got that phone call, man, like I said, I just want to fight the best guys and be the best that I can be. So for me, it's whoever's gonna sign me for the most fights or the best deal or whatever comes first.
Now, you had a lot of fights. Does Dana being there, does that bother you at all? It's just like another walk in the park. Hey, I got to get the job done. Does it get you even more revved up for the fight?
I'm super excited that they're going to be there. Dean Thomas is going to be there, and he's one of the guys that I trained under when I went to American Top Team and everything. So I'm excited to go fight in front of him. But it doesn't make a difference. How many times have I fought that there could have been a celebrity or someone important?
Yeah.
Just because this man could be my future employer, it's another fight. I don't have anything to focus on but the man in front of me.
I actually think it not to kind of beat on the horse as you've already kind of mentioned, but having Dean there, he's actually seen you in the training room, so probably when they get to the part of your fight, he's going to be in Dana's ear. Like, I remember this kid from whatever, and, they'll probably be a little bit more piqued interest in your fights. I mean, there's other guys on that card who they're going to probably be looking at, like, Julio Arce. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all ends up playing out.
I know that they're not there to specifically see me, but, hell, if I can put my foot or my whole damn leg in the door, I absolutely will.
I know. I know the Badgers going to be going to open some eyes for sure. Regardless if there's a contract waiting for you at the end of the night or not, I know that you'll leave an impression one way or another.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. I always come to fight. Win or lose, I always give the people what I think is the best fight I can give them. So. I fight for not just for myself, but for my team and my family and everybody that supports me. So I never want to let anybody down.
I don't think it's possible for you to do that. Just your work ethic, how you go about things. Even when you've had some of these bad situations, you were as professional as anyone could be under those circumstances. So, like I said, we're not here to bash any other promotions or anything like that. But I also think how you conduct yourself, how everything happens, has to be done in a certain way. I think you embody what they look for. Win, lose, or draw, like I said, I think that the name will be written down, circled, and if something happens in that middleweight division, you'll probably be on a short list of people they would probably contact.
Yeah, man. I mean, that, like I said, that's the aim. I would love to get contacted by those guys and fight for them, as soon as I can. I know this is only my fourth pro fight, but like I said, after my last fight, I'm looking to put a stamp on 2017. This is going to be my year. I'm making moves. Now,
we were talking about these local promotions. We had another big one in Philly tonight with the Cage Fury show. Sean Brady captures that welterweight title. He's another one of these guys from the area. I'm very high on Anton Berzin. Arguably should have gotten a fight in the UFC after the taping of The Ultimate Fighter, considering that I don't think he was 100% when he wound up having his fight, having the tooth pulled and all that nonsense.
Yeah, man, that's
having his fight move back and everything like that. Both of those guys, I think, within a year probably should be getting a call to one of these larger promotions, regardless if it's the UFC, Bellator, or whatever. But Brady is just a guy. I think he has an insane roof. Like, he's one of these guys when if you check out his social media, the guy, guys in the gym, 6 days a week. Sometimes he's training 5 times a day. He's one of the guys you just want to root for. Have you ever had a chance to train with Sean?
I haven't. I actually haven't. But, I definitely respect that grind, man. you could see, if you look at most of the social media, the guys in the area, you could see who's putting the work in. You got a couple of the balance guys, like you said, Anton, Basel Hafez, a former opponent of mine.
Oh my God, I love Basil. I love that kid. I mean, dude, and the last couple fights that he has, the photos that they get, the freaking the fierce energy that comes out of that guy is amazing. I love him.
He's a monster, man. It was an absolute honor to fight him and to scrap with him. That's probably my favorite.
That was the first fight of yours that I covered. Was the fight that you had against Hafez, and I mean,
yeah, man.
Didn't go how you
first
wanted
3
to
minutes.
that night, but I'm sure that fight lifted your game up to another level.
Absolutely, man. I think that fight, changed me and him for the better. We both kind of saw where we were headed, and now we're both at the pro ranks trying to kill it, doing our thing. So, like I said, look out for him, look out for me. We're both making moves.
You beat my boy Adam Matea.
Well, you also got to remember is that now both of these guys as professionals are in different weight classes now too.
Yep.
So I mean, nothing but respect for both of you guys. I think that he's had some tough fights, some tough matchups. I think that arguably moving forward, he's probably going to want to fighting Brady at some point, at least the way it looks like to me. And
I think so. I would have to agree with that.
It's something we talked about last week too. Like when we had him on, it was one of those things. He had that tough fight with DJ, and then didn't go the way he wanted. Has the late injury replacement for this one. Gets the quick submission in the first round. And that was another thing that was crazy. But have you ever seen one of those local cards? The event had over 7 fights that didn't even last 2 hours. I think it was the fastest moving local show I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. That's nothing you can do about it, though. What are you going to do? You only got 7 fights. You got 7 fights.
One of the beautiful things when something like that happens, you don't have the promotion slow things up, have an intermission because if they have a TV partner. I think that was also kind of played part into that too. Yeah.
I mean, hell, I like to get in and get out. I would rather fight, a little bit sooner on the card. I don't want to be first, but I definitely don't enjoy being last or co-main event or any of that stuff, man. It's too long of a night for me.
Well, that means Kris isn't going to want to grab one of these local titles anytime soon. He's like, you know what, keep me somewhere in the middle range and I'm good to go.
I wouldn't count me out for that just yet, but if I can fight earlier in the night.
Like I said, you're still fairly early in your pro career, so it's not like it's kind of a given. Like sometimes if you get those opportunities, I don't think you're going to say no. But it's one of those things that you're not going to actively go out there and seek it yet.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I get tossed a title shot, that's cool. Right now, I got my eyes on, this next fight. And like I said, in one of my previous interviews earlier this week is that, I would love to go fight for the ring combat title. I think that I could make that title mine.
I like I said, it's one of these things. Like how I feel about you as an athlete, as a fighter. It's one of these things where when you guys get these opportunities, I just can't be nothing but happy for you. I hope that within this fight or the next 2 that they start to look for you for that title fight. It's just a matter of time, at least in my opinion. When it gets there, there's not a whole lot of top flight middleweights in this area, so it would only kind of make sense for you to be given that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. The depth at middleweight, in the tri-state area really isn't. It's not there. So, like I said, half the guys that I'm supposed to fight, I either know them, I've trained with them, I've met them, whatever the case may be. My first amateur fight, I fought like a kid that I went to school with, in elementary school. So I live right up here between 2 other 180. Well, I guess you can't really call Adam Matea a 185er, but he lives right within the vicinity of me. Mike Liberto, he lives within the vicinity of me. So Eric Roncaroni, he's another 30 miles. So these guys are all right next to me,
Hey, man, it's like I said, it's just a matter of time. I'm with you. I don't really consider Ataya a middleweight anymore.
No,
he's
kind of a little bit for that.
Kind of graduated between that 205 and heavyweight area. He probably could make 85, but it's also one of those things where, and you just name drop somebody. Brad is one of these guys who, he Adam is one of the guys that kind of speaks to him, his when it comes to it, coming from that wrestling background, and Adam's an awesome dude.
Yeah. So I mean, I live right here in Lehigh Valley.
This is to top it off.
Actually,
we were talking the other night. He was like, "We got to get him back on. He is in the middle of a love triangle right now. We have to talk to him." I was like, "We will get Adam back on for that."
He's my brother-in-law's best friend. That's how I know Adam, and because I'm not from Philly. I mean, I'm from Atlanta, so that's how I ran into Adam. But you beat some tough characters, man, and so and fighters, characters and fighters combined. So
yeah, man,
And I saw that fight with Basile, because we interviewed him last week. I think it was last week, and that was a tough fight, man. But you know what? It's hard when you're undefeated and you haven't lost any to really to know what it feels like. So when you get that loss, it's over, it's done. I learned from it, hopefully, and then it's time to move on.
Yeah. Some people it makes, and some people it breaks. Like I said, the way I look at it is either you win or you learn. There's no losing. If you lose, it's because you didn't learn from anything, that you did wrong. So, it was hard. As an amateur, it was hard to lose my first one. Losing my second pro fight, it wasn't easy, but I learned a ton from it. And as you can see, every time I come back, I always come back more dominant.
And the thing is, too, and we talked with Brent Primus about this, too, the record doesn't really necessarily mean as much as it used to back in the day. You could have this unblemished record, but you could have the other guy talking more smack than you, and they get that matchup. So that has nothing to do with anything hardly anymore. I mean, it's who's going to buy the tickets to see this fight, and is it going to be worth it? I mean, money talks. I agree. I guess BS walks. Yeah. You're fighting the nature. You're fighting the nature boy. How what does he bring?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the guy that I'm fighting? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike. What's he gonna bring? I mean, I guess he's gonna come barreling forward from what I can see. He's gonna try to take me down.
And you're ready for that, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, my takedown defense is, second to probably none in the middleweight division in this area, I would say. I really don't see him being able to take me down. But I'm looking forward to him trying.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Nothing against your opponent. I just think, you typically put the work in, and regardless of what he brings to the table, I just, at least from the looks of it, it doesn't look like anything you can't overcome. At the same time, it's an MMA fight. We were talking about this with Egley, that anything can happen. You can wind up that first punch you throw can wind up breaking your hand, and you're going to have to figure out how to overcome only being able to throw left hand or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's the beauty in the sport, is that anything can happen. That's why I love it. I love that even the most off guy can have an on day and beat the best guy. So to me, that's really the beauty of the sport. So I know we're in there swinging 4-ounce leather gloves. I know that I can get caught with a kick or a knee. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready to just go in there and have a good scrap and just put my will to the test.
It's one of the things that I think what we love about the sport is that when everyone loves a good knockout and all that, but also at the same time, you also have to you have to respect when you see a guy get tested, not just have a good matchup where he can look good when both of you guys can kind of give it your all and leave everything in the cage. I think fans kind of really love that more than just a dominant performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would rather a good scrap. Obviously, I want to get in and get out, but there's something just about a good matchup. It's a good fight. Two guys just trying to, battle it out for the win or just for whatever, to better themselves. That's really what makes MMA like MMA for me. Makes it fun.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I think that this sport is going to continue to grow and eventually hop into that top 4 category as far as sports the big 4. I don't think it'll ever overtake professional football, but I could definitely see it leapfrog in baseball or hockey within the next 10 years.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at the kids coming up now, man. The evolution of the sport is just
They're gonna
so
be
fast.
sick. They're going to be so sick. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the kids that are 9, 10 years old now that are training, that are really putting in the work. I can't wait to see what those kids are doing in 10, 15 years.
Oh, dude, I see that when I take my kid to Martinez, and there's a kid that used to train when my girls when they first started training in another gym, and seeing what he's done with himself over the last 4 years, and just be like, that kid is gonna be a freaking animal if he ever sticks to it. I mean, the kid's like not even 12 yet, and he's got guns, like legit guns. I'm like, holy crap, dude! What the fuck? What are you doing? What is your mom feeding you, dude? He's like 12 years old. He's got bigger arms than me. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, man. Some kids are just freaks.
The next evolution, the next wave of fighters is going to be insane, to the point where, like, how we talk about John Jones now compared to some of the fighters that are early on, you can't really compare them because they weren't true athletes. They were specialists in areas. They were, they were gritty guys who could find who had attributes that could get them where they got. Where you look at some of the fighters now, it's like, that's an athlete.
Yeah,
and I think that next step. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think with all the the way that training has just evolved and the high level coaching and just experience over the years. Obviously, we're not going to go backwards. So with the coaching and everything, man, these kids are just going to be sick.
And not just that, you got to remember when MMA first started, like, it was so taboo to even step foot in another gym while you were at another academy. Where now it's kind of like, yeah, sure, come get some work in here too, and no big deal. Where back then it was like you would be shunned, you wouldn't be allowed back to that other gym. It was a mess. But now, like I said, this next wave is going to be something that we're just going to be in awe of.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, man, for sure.
Now, as we get ready to wrap this up, Kris, first and foremost, thanks for your time. I know that you're at your job while doing this interview tonight, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. What we typically do here at the end is kind of throw the proverbial microphone over. You would like to thank training partners, teammates, shoot at your social media sites, any sponsors you have, charities you're working with, anything like that. The time is yours. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm not going to specify anybody individually, but just everyone from the Gracie, New Jersey Academy. That's my family. Those guys are awesome. They take care of me, make sure that I'm ready. Definitely Fit Food New Jersey on the meal prep over the camp. Kept me in great shape the entire time. Three Mugs Pub, my job where I'm at now. All my coworkers here. I've got B&J's Chop Shop and also Fighter Zone. And you can catch me on Facebook, Kris Gratalo. You can catch me on Instagram at Kris_Harambe, and then on Twitter as well at Kris Gratalo MMA.
As always, Kris, wish you the best of skill for your upcoming fight. Thanks for your time. And tell Jamie I said what's up, and best of skill for her upcoming kickboxing fight as well.
Absolutely, man. We both appreciate it a ton, and thank you for having me, guys. It was a pleasure once again to be on with you.
Badger.
The pleasure is always ours, my friend. You do your thing, best of skill. Hopefully, like I said, actually I don't have to hope. I know you'll do well, and win, lose or draw, and I have a feeling that you're destined to not stay on this regional scene. You will get one of those larger promotions and be able to be on national television and all that. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Stick to your grind, stick to what you do, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much.
Anytime, my friend. You have a good one.
Absolutely. Take care.